Mixtapes and Tasty Cakes podcast. I'm Bert Lepore. He's Damian Monte Carlo. We're hanging here with Angry Mike D, and we talk about music, movies, and so much more. We're gonna rank the Kiss album covers from worst to best, and we're gonna go
just the artwork.
Just the art. Yeah, just the artwork. Good point. Just the artwork. The album cover. We're gonna go Dame, Ahmed, Greg, Mike, then me. Coming in at number 20, Hot in the Shade. What do you got, Damo?
This was easy. It just looks, the album cover is just really bad. It's just stupid. It's just dumb, man. It's just the Sphinx with a pair of sunglasses. It's just
a little lazy.
Oh my
God.
It made for a great stage.
It's so
concept.
corny, man.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
Stage was
but
awesome.
I did everybody have this last? I did.
Almost everybody.
I think
mine's 20.
Mike had it somewhere low, but that's low.
Maybe like 3 from the bottom or something.
I think
that.
me, Ahmed, and Damien would have had it all low, like low. But Ahmed, what you think of Hot in the Shade, which I already know?
Hot in the shit.
Hot in the shit. Yo, Damien texted me your list, and I seen that. I sent Damien a message saying, ha 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 ha. It was funny. I was like, Ahmed, ha 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 ha.
Cover ever. It's just looked like they didn't even fucking care. It's just like,
Yeah.
let's just take this picture out of this book, put a fake ass Kiss stamp on it, and be like, here's your shit.
It's so bad.
Wasn't an album mostly demos anyway?
Yes,
They just
yes.
polish up a little bit.
Yeah, they did it in
So
a demo studio. Yeah.
I do have to give them credit though. Like that's always been the story around it. So to call it Hot in a Shade, which of course we all know when you abbreviate it's hits.
Yeah.
You know, so like to me that's good irony. I have to give them
I didn't
that
even
credit.
pick that up.
Yeah.
To me, that's good irony. I don't know if that was intentional, but that's how I pick it up. You know, like,
Yeah.
oh, these are demos. These are hits. You know, like,
Mike,
I like the album. I do.
I love the album.
Yeah,
Mike
me
D,
too.
what do you got on the album cover?
Yeah, I mean, it was just the Sphinx with the glasses on. Like, I don't know if like you look. What year was that?
90.
89.
89.
89,
So,
yeah.
you know, vinyl was still kind of coming
Still
out.
coming
around
out.
that time.
I bought it Strawberries Records.
I have
Had
it. Yeah.
That comes out. Like, does that really attract you to want to buy it if you don't know the band or whatever? It's like,
For me, I didn't really like the album cover. They should have made the back cover the album cover.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. They should have made the back album. But like Greg said earlier, the Sphinx thing worked fucking great live.
Yeah, that's a different
So
story.
cool.
That's a totally different. That was the first time I ever saw Kiss.
That was a great,
Oh.
that was a great tour. But yeah, Hot in the Shade, not a good album cover. Moving on to number 19, Demo, Carnival Souls.
It's a lazy cover. It's it's just them standing up, looking interested in a recording studio. It's just
Factual.
it's just
That's totally what it was. You know?
yeah.
Yeah. Ahmed.
Go sign on what Dame said, man. It's beats. They're just chilling. And they called it the final sessions, Carnival Souls.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing
Yeah.
creative. Nothing
Right.
creative.
Yeah.
Greg?
Same thing. Carnival Souls, number 19. It's like you guys said, it's lazy. I also think it's an awful subtitle, the final sessions, considering they just became like the biggest band in the world again. So
Yeah.
it's
Right.
like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
why are you calling it the final sessions? Just call it Carnival Souls. I like the album at least,
Yeah.
but
yeah.
you know,
It's grown on me. It's grown on me a lot.
yeah, it's not a traditional Kiss album, but to me, I like it when they get experimental. I like it. To me, it's like, hey, Kiss wanted to try to be Alice in Chains, and to me, they did it well.
Yeah.
That's
Absolutely.
why I love it. They've proven that they can do all these different styles. They can be heavy, they can be disco, they can be soft like Forever.
Yep.
They can do it all.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Exactly, which means they're great songwriting musicians.
Yeah.
You know, that to me is proof that
Absolutely.
they can adapt well.
Mike D, what do you got on the Carnival Souls album
no,
cover?
I like the album. That's probably one of my favorite by them, believe it or not.
No, it's a great.
Very
record.
good.
But looking at that album cover, it's like the Carnival Souls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good one, Mike.
You know
Yeah.
what sucks is that the album name is
Song.
It's pretty cool. The
Cool
Carnival
name.
Souls, like
yeah,
the name.
you would. It could have been
You-
so much better.
I know, man. You could
Absolutely.
think like something. I don't know. You could think something
So-
like pretty dark and wicked, you know. But
I thought.
Yeah.
I think do you guys remember the "I Just Want a Music" video?
Yeah.
When they do that little interlude with all the harmonizing and
Yeah,
it's all like
yeah.
blurry and blue. That would have been a cool concept, like something along that. Just get a still image of them four with that kind of effect. That would be
Blurry or
awesome. I
something.
think.
Well,
Yeah,
actually,
blurred out.
I'm surprised they did not do this I think it's the Kiss My Ass video.
Mhm.
Ian's talking about, well, we're doing a studio album and the cover looks like this. And it's this dude's head that's on
On
fire.
fire. Yeah.
Yeah,
That was
that's
the
awesome.
idea of that cover. And I'm surprised that they didn't use that.
Right.
Yeah.
Wasted
I think
opportunity.
they just threw it together because they were doing the reunion tour. They made the record. They figured out maybe we'll sell a couple of records. We'll see what happens. We'll just throw it out there, kind of deal.
Right.
And I
It
think
wasn't
that's what they
old.
did. Yeah,
It was shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was definitely weak. Going on to number 18, Demo, Music from the Elder.
Yeah, I didn't have this. I had this somewhere like in the middle, I think, on my list, but it averaged out to be like one of the worst. I mean, it's just again, it's kind of boring. It's just it's a door with a hand. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
doesn't do nothing for me.
Ahmed.
Same thing. It's boring as shit.
Yeah.
They should have used the Killers cover for that.
Yeah. That I agree with
That
you.
would be a good one. Yeah.
That's what they should exactly did. Mike Dick.
Knock, knock, and you open that door and you close it real quick.
Greg.
That's a little higher up for me, because I think it definitely fits the mood of the album. That really gothic looking door
Yeah,
and whatnot, like
medieval.
it's like medieval sounding. So I think it definitely fit for its purpose. But yeah, it is a boring album cover in general. Number 18 for me was Monster, because
Yeah,
I
it's kinda
thought
boring.
it's a good picture, but only a good promo picture. It's like they didn't even try. And also the logo of Monster is Monster Energy.
Yeah, which is
Yeah,
crazy.
Like,
How they get
that's
away
so
with that?
stupid. Like, how did they
Really?
get away with
Yeah,
that?
same logo.
Well, yeah,
yeah.
it's very similar.
What was first? What year was Monster? Oh, not Monster was kind of new, right?
Yeah,
No,
way after
Monster.
Drink.
2012.
2012, and Monster's been around since at least the early to mid 2000s.
Yeah,
that was
absolutely.
already established by that point.
Yeah, definitely.
Dude, for the Elder, I hated the album cover. It came in real low for me too. The brown just didn't work, and either what Ahmed said with the cover killers would have worked, or if they had something where maybe they had more kind of comic booky, where maybe they would have the four Kiss faces as like the Elder kind of guys, and have a shadow of the dude or the kid or whatever looking up or something. I don't know.
Morpheus.
Morpheus, yeah. Or how about this, like with your type of concept, but maybe like a rose in the center, like with a
Under
beam of
the
light
rose.
hiding
Under
under
the
the
rose.
rose, the
Yeah.
Lord of the Rose.
I mean,
That would have been cool.
a fucking doorknob, or I don't know, weird. It's just weird. That being said,
What's that?
again, what would you say? I'm sorry.
More to the story. They could have done so much more with it. You got
Yeah.
this story.
Right, you got this big ass story, right, Ahmed? You got this big ass story, and you're giving us a brown fucking cover with a door and a hand.
Here's a question.
Weird.
Since we're talking about killers as well, do you think that if they would have had those songs written and decided to put them on the Elder, and possibly, even though it's not towards a concept or anything, but still written around the same time, do you think maybe that if those were singles, it would have sold better?
No,
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I think it became fan favorites because they were like harder, maybe not really harder to find songs, but they weren't like legit on.
Yeah. I think it would have ended up just like Creatures in the Night, kind of like.
Yeah,
I don't know. Like I think they may have would, because the four original songs on Killers are great rock songs, which is what people wanted. And Creature of the Night tanked because it came too late.
Yeah.
You had the three albums that were far off from what they were already doing from previously, so it was alienating people. So maybe by 81, if they may have could have saved themselves. That's my theory, just because of the style of the songs.
Yeah.
If those were on there, but oh well.
I
That would be cool. Yeah, been a better album.
kept going off the deep end, and the only thing that would save them and make any people pay attention to them was taking the makeup off.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Number 17, Sonic Boom. Damo, what you got?
Dude, this is hideous.
Really?
Hideous album cover. Yeah. And I love the album. I really do like this record. But and the guy, it's a guy who designed. Yeah. Oh God.
There you go. Yeah.
Dude, it reminds me of like a Kmart ad or something.
Well,
Walmart. No, it looks like
Walmart.
it reminds me like 80s Kmart for some reason. That whole album cover. But the guy who designed it was the same artist from the Rock and Roll Over.
How crazy is that? Yeah.
Yeah, which is one of the most iconic album covers from the band, but it just
missed the mark. What do you got, Emmett?
I didn't think it was that bad. It was all right. Not one of my favorites, but there's definitely been worse. It was all right.
Yeah.
I give it a C. C plus.
Greg.
I also ranked this in 17 because I do like the album cover. I do, it's not bad, but the problem with it is that it was a direct ripoff of Rock and Roll Over. There was no originality to it. That was my main gripe to it. Like, yeah, you had the same artist that did it, but did you really have to rehash something that you've done previously?
Right.
Which is so iconic. It's obvious. It's just such an obvious ripoff.
Yeah. You should have had Ken Kelly do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Mike D. Sonic Boom.
It's funny because I'm looking at this one and I already knew where I put Carnival. Rock and Roll Over. So I'm like, this kind of reminds me of that. So I had no idea that was the same artist. I'm like, it kind of reminds me like they're trying to do that again, but just not as good. The colors pop in it. I think I had this like mid-ranked somewhere.
Yeah.
But
same thing with me. I don't hate the album cover. I don't think it's great. I thought it could be better, but the colors do pop.
Yes.
So, I'll say that the colors do pop. If they kind of elaborate it more, even if they were totally ripping off Rock and Roll Over, they could have did the same deal with a little bit different concept. Maybe if the faces were closer. I don't like that the faces are that far away. It's kind of weird to me. I don't know. But I like the colors.
I wish they would have added like their bodies with the new outfits, the same way they did with the Love Gun and the Destroyer outfits.
Yeah.
They would have meshed together more instead of just having those headshots, and then you open it up and it's them in the Destroyer outfits.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah. Demo, number 16, Monster. What you got?
Yeah, man, it's a weak album title. I thought. I thought the album cover was just like same thing, kind of like lazy, like what Greg mentioned earlier. I mean, the Monster. They use the same font as the Monster Energy drink.
That's so on the nose.
It doesn't help that I'm not really too crazy about the album too. But I really should give it another spin.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
I think it's better than Sonic Boom. I think it's better than Sonic Boom, to be clear.
Really, I like Boom a little bit better. I think.
Yeah,
but it's close.
I don't know. They're both pretty much leveled on the same level for me.
Ahmed, what you got on this album cover?
It's all right.
It's just there, yeah.
The Monster logo, the energy drink, whatever. It just looked like a photo session. We're like, okay, this is cool. We'll use that as.
It was
first word
to come. Picture.
Yeah, Mike D.
Yeah, I mean, same thing. I thought it was a cool picture. I don't know. I think I had this mid-rank somewhere. I don't know. I didn't really even look hard enough to see the Monster symbol on
it. Greg?
I think I already mentioned that with Monster. I think from now, I can see it starting to differ a little bit with our list. So I'll just talk about my opinions on them as we go along. Yeah. So that way I don't get ahead of you too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, Monster, great promo picture. The logo was a little goofy. I seen better. You know how like fans make their own little album cover. I seen a lot of better ones that the fans made. I was like, wow, that would have been kind of cool.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying it seems lazy.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. I think they could have did a lot more with that album title. You know.
You know what though, and the thing is though, who really buys the hard copy anymore? You know, so
all the Kiss fans, all the Kiss fans do.
I guess. Yeah, I'm sure.
Listen, you could put out Destroyer with a different album cover on it, and we'll all buy it. It's just the way it is.
What did it chart? I'm gonna have to look that up. Like, because I know Sonic Boom.
It's number
22.
Was the highest charting album they've ever had.
They might have been like 3 or 4 or something. It might have came in something like that.
I don't know. You know, I'm gonna have to look that up because that's gonna bother me.
It might.
So I'm going.
It might have been
right
like 11 or something. I don't think it was.
I know Sonic Boom was 2. I remember Sonic 2 was Boom. Sonic 2 was Boom. I remember Sonic Boom was 2 because I probably said this before that. You know, I'm reading the thing. My sister-in-law was near me. I'm going, Kiss is going to get number 1. I look at the left. I'm like, who the fuck's Michael Bubble? And she's like, Bublé. I'm like, who the fuck's Michael
That's
Bubble?
why I remembered that too.
I didn't know who Bubble was.
Yeah.
I'm like, who the fuck is this guy?
I never heard of him.
Number 1?
I'm like, man, he just screwed Kiss out of a number 1 record.
I know. Who's Michael Bublé?
That Michael Bubble. It's Michael Bubble.
It's in the US. It charted number 3.
It's 3.
So,
there you go.
That's good. Good.
Yep.
Okay.
Moving on to number 15, Demo Asylum.
I think on my list I might have had this as the worst.
You did, yeah, you did.
Okay, yeah, I just absolutely hated this album cover. Still do. It you know, I don't know if they're trying to go for some Andy Warhol kind of pop art. You know, it's definitely very 80s looking.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, it was just it's definitely my least favorite album cover, but I love the record.
Yeah. How about you, Abed?
I love the cover and the record.
Yeah.
I think it was cool. Just a sign of the time. That's all.
Yeah, I agree. Mike D?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't hate it, didn't love it. It was just kind of there.
Greg?
I ranked this actually number 13. So I don't mind it. It's definitely a product of its time. I think what they were trying to do was kind of like, you know, like their lips were different color, you know, like I think that,
yeah.
You know, it's funny.
know,
I had this number 13 also.
Yeah.
All right. Good taste, sir. You know, I think I actually wished I think it definitely fit with the image of the album and the time that it was released. So it's definitely perfect for that moment. I actually prefer the back cover. I thought that would have been a better cover.
Yeah.
And maybe
I was okay with that. Yeah.
If you just reversed it, that'd be really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. For me, Asylum, I thought the album cover was okay. I didn't really mind it too much. It probably went middle for me somewhere. Great record, half decent album cover, awful tour outfits. But that's another.
I love them.
Oh, man.
I love them. I love that it's gaudy. It's over the top.
They look like the Golden Girls. Come on.
Yeah.
And I love the Golden Girls. You leave B. Arthur alone. She is a treasure, damn it.
I love that shit too.
I love the Asylum look.
I wasn't really a fan.
That's tough.
Yeah.
I love the Asylum look. I guess I just have bad taste.
Everything was neon at that time, though. Everything was neon. It was all the Ultimate Warrior colors.
Look at everybody. Motley Crue was doing Theater of Pain around that time.
Yeah.
They all did it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the time.
No one got away from that back then.
No, not at all.
I loved it. I loved Ozzy when he looked like that. I think that's great. I love the glitter. Rock and roll needs more glitter. All right. I'm just saying that. It needs more glitter. We're going without it, and it's boring. We need more glitter. Bands need to pop. They need to shimmer in their lights.
There you go. Number 14, Animalize. What you got, Demo?
From here on down, I actually like all the album covers going down. It was definitely like the first. It was the first 5 I did not like, but Animalize I like. I mean, when you hear it, you know, oh yeah, Kiss album Animalized. It's got all, you know, you look at the cover, it's got all the animal prints, and that was definitely totally 80s, but it's still you still see people wearing leopard and tiger shit and stuff.
Yeah.
So it is sort of like timeless in a way, and it's still it even now. I don't think, to my eyes, it doesn't look dated.
I thought it was pretty cool. I liked it, and I liked the way they used it in the stage show too. How on Animalized Live
on the stage, yeah.
The stage show was great.
Cool. Thought the back cover was cool. The album, it grew on me, but at first I only listened to 3 songs on it.
There's only 3 good songs on that record.
There's some filler on that album.
Well, now I've grown to like the weird B-sides, like The Lonely is the Hunter and
Oh yeah.
While the City Sleeps is great. I think that's a good song.
So yeah, I like it.
Mike D, Animalized. That was
I
your
don't
worst.
know. Am I looking at a different album cover? Then it just, to me, it's like boring. It's like what, a leopard, a tiger, and what, like just kind of
zebra.
Yeah. Like it's just I don't know. Like what was the other one we said was kind of lazy, but this is just kind of like, I don't know, like bad Photoshop together. It's I don't know.
It was pretty photoshopped, yeah.
Like uninspiring looking. It fucking looks like shit. Looks like I think it's horrible.
Greg, what you got on Animalized?
I ranked Animalized 11. I do, because it's definitely in the middle, because I think it looks cool. I think it would make a great rug. The album cover.
Yeah.
I do love the font of Animalized, the blood and whatnot, and such. Like I think that's really cool. I like it because I love animal print, and also you can like the whole purpose of the Animalized title is was I think the way to explain it was the animal side of humans or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So like that album cover could probably only go 2 ways. You either have that or turn Kiss into characters from Island of Dr. Moreau. You could only go 2 ways with that. So I'd say the original, the way it was, I'm okay with it.
For me, Animalized, I thought was okay. Same thing. I thought the tour was better than the record. The album cover was okay. Yeah, all around it was okay. Funny thing is, in the back of the album cover, because I didn't know no better at the time, and and it came out when I was, I was still a kid. I was aware of what it was, and I thought it was Ace came back when I looked at the back cover. I was like, oh, is that Ace back? It was Mark. I thought it was Ace. Funny, man. Okay, moving on to the next one. Number 13, Lick It Up.
It's not. Look It Up was, what wasn't one of my favorites. It definitely sits right in the middle, pretty much right where it's at. I mean, it's obviously it's like a special album cover because it's the first time you ever saw what they look like, So for that, it was pretty cool. And I thought it was a little weird how they're just kind of wearing just like regular clothes. I mean, they're not wearing like rock attire, you know what I mean?
Right.
They're wearing like sports jacket and like
a
blazer or whatever.
Live in,
what's that?
Like,
yeah.
The stuff they played live was much cooler,
right,
than what they wore on the cover.
So it was pretty much like the complete total opposite of what they used to be.
Right.
But still cool, I thought.
Ahmed?
I think it's cool for being just a basic bitch cover.
Basic bitch.
But I can recall staring at that shit at Sam Goody being like, yo, that's really them. And it took a minute to really, Paul I knew already. Like he looked the same outside of his makeup, but everybody else staring at it forever, just trying to make it make sense. But
basically, he was embarrassed to bring it up to the counter, is what it sounds like.
Forever, it's like, yo, I can't believe they did it.
You got to get that album and slide it between 2 other ones, so nobody sees you giving it to the guy.
Not much to it. I mean, what else really are they going to do? It was just really meant to just say, here we are without makeup.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Mike D?
Yeah, I had this kind of low, but I knew the significance of it. So, but otherwise, it was just kind of boring.
Greg?
I ranked it number 15. I think it's not horrible. It serves its purpose. It's just, hey, we're without makeup. That's the selling point. And it definitely gets its point across. But, it is very plain, kind of lazy. I think they should have at least used like the promo shots from, you know, the music videos that they used.
Right.
That went around. I think that would have been a much cooler cover because it's still them without makeup. So I mean, I think no matter what,
it could have been worse too, because they could have been like naked, like covering themselves too. So
oh god,
you know, 70s
unmasked.
Yeah, it could have been worse.
Okay, for me, I thought Lick It Up was cool. I always loved the white background. It just stands out because everything we like is black, black, black. It was a white background with them on it. The picture was okay, but the white background was pretty cool. And I got two things I would think of. It would have been a cooler album cover if you had the album cover and you had like maybe like a sheet of whatever over it with the makeup on, and you lift up the sheet and then you see the faces.
That would have been cool, like a little pop-up, a little pop-up thing. You know,
I don't know why they didn't think of that. You know,
I don't know why either. That would have been perfect.
Look,
that would have been hell. Alice Cooper did it back in the 70s. It was the technology was there. Right. I don't know what they did, what they're thinking.
And then the last thing I got on Lick It Up is I have a fact that you guys might know already. Some of you might, some of you might not. Is that they were having problems with Vinnie Vincent with the photo shoot, and it's Vinnie Vincent's head photoshopped on a mannequin. So if you look at Vinnie Vincent's body, pretty good. It's a mannequin.
And the hair too.
Yeah.
The hair is totally.
How crazy is that? Because if you do look at the picture, he looks awkward. You know, he's not really there.
You think that's why they dressed him in pink?
I think he loves pink.
He does
Mr.
love pink.
He's
but
Mr.
honestly,
Pink.
like knowing Gene and how he feels about anything that's slightly feminine, I do not understand because they had full control of that mannequin. I can understand if like why would they still like, okay, we're still gonna give him pink though, because I can understand if Vinny was fighting for that because of his love for pink, but if he wasn't there, he has no control of the wardrobe. God,
he don't love pink for the same reason we all love pink. You know what I mean?
That's still in question,
right? Okay, moving on to number 12, Revenge. What do you got, Damo?
Yeah, I had this slightly higher, but it's I mean, it was them again making a statement with an album cover. I thought, I mean, it was just like you know, I could see how some people would say it looks boring, but it's just, you know, it's like, you know, Kiss is back. Here's a slab of metal, you know, with revenge written in blood. You know, I thought it was pretty cool. Looking back now with today's technology, I think it kind of looks a little
dated,
a little dated, cheap. Yeah. You know, I imagine if they were to do something now with like, you know, with that, you know, with some cool, shiny, kind of like, you know, fucked up looking metal plate or something with that written in blood. I'd love to see someone do like a modernized take on that album cover.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I thought it was pretty good.
Ahmed?
It was cool. That's all I really got.
Yeah. How about you, Mike?
I don't know. I thought it was kind of uninspiring. I put it down the bottom.
Yeah, his is low. Greg?
That's actually number 5 for me. Wow. I love that album cover. I do.
I want to go look at this because am I missing something?
Same reason why Damien likes it. It's basic, but it's a cool metal looking cover with you know, with the blood and whatnot. I think it's another thing though, where if I remember, the back image is of them in leather with the same background. Mm-hmm. So I think it's another thing where I think if they just switched it,
it would have been better.
It would have been much cooler.
Yeah.
It would have been a lot cooler because that was a real cool look for Kiss too.
It was the best look they had. I thought
so. Absolutely.
Yeah. Gene, that was the best Gene ever looked without makeup.
Oh, definitely.
He should just kept to that look. You know,
like was that like a metallic look on the album cover? Like
no, it's just kind of bluish silver, right?
It's like steel. It's like hard steel with like bolts around the edges and everything.
So it's not like the double platinum.
No. It looked like it could have been like the side of a submarine or something.
Yeah,
right. Like like a really banged up submarine. I think. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I just can't tell by the picture. That's why I'm trying to.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I guess I like it so much because I like what it represents. You know, the return to form, and everything just gelled together. It was perfect for me. For what it was.
For me, it was a little boring for me. Love everything else about it though, but that's all I got pretty much on that one. I'm with Ahmed on that pretty much. You know, I agree with him on this one. Moving on to number 11, Crazy Nights. What you got, Demo?
This one kind of reminds me of like the '80s version of Rock and Roll Over in a way.
Yeah.
If you look at it, you know, maybe that's what they were going after. I don't know, but I thought it was a pretty cool. You know, it didn't look cheap.
No.
Probably definitely one of their better album covers, especially, you know, maybe one of the best from the non-makeup era, you know?
Yep. Ahmed?
Yeah, I thought it was cool. Cool looking. It's dope. I liked it.
Greg?
I ranked that actually. I ranked that number 9. I love the album cover. I think it's perfect to what it represents. I think it's like what Damien said. It is pretty much like the '80s non-makeup Rock and Roll Over.
Yep.
But unlike Sonic Boom, it was creative.
Yeah.
I love the cracked mirror image and, you know, and whatnot. And correct me if I'm wrong. If anyone else knows, like Paul didn't use his broken mirror finish on that tour, did he?
No,
but he had a BC Rich cracked mirror that he was using.
Did he use during the tour?
No.
On that tour?
No.
Animalized.
I think he should have. I think he should have done it because that was definitely
would fit.
You know, with the theme of the album cover, like, you know.
Yep. Mike D, Crazy Nights.
Yeah, it kind of had a mid-range. It was kind of cool looking. Kind of reminds you like one of their older albums, kind of.
Yeah.
Without the makeup on and the mirror effect.
I love that album cover. I absolutely love it. I love that they brought the Japanese strength symbol back.
Yeah.
I thought that was great. Mm-hmm. It was a good, and that was one of the records where they started tying in their past just a little bit. Gene had the bass with the makeup on. You know, great. I mean, I absolutely love the Crazy Nights album cover. The only thing that was disappointing.
The colors.
I actually liked it. I thought it popped.
I love the colors.
Yeah, you love the color. Yeah, it's great. The only thing was disappointing to me when I went to the concert, the tour shirts, it was a white shirt instead of like a black shirt. I wish it was a black shirt.
Yeah.
Oh, I did see some that were in black though.
Really? I never seen them. Yeah.
Like a lot of the bootleg ones were black, but the ones
I loved it. Yeah, the black one, because I rarely wear white shirts. You know, the black one I would have bought in a second. I wanted to buy the Gene one, which was a goofy one, but I bought it anyway.
It's dirty job, but somebody's got to do it.
Yeah. It was bad.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on to number 10, Psycho Circus. What you got, Damo?
Yeah, I should have had this ranked higher. I had it pretty low because it is a pretty cool album cover, and you know, Psycho Circus. It's exactly what you would think.
Yeah,
you know, it would be. It's pretty cool looking cover. You know.
Yeah. What do you got, man?
I thought it was cool, the whole 3D thing.
Yeah.
I thought it was a cool idea. I like that cover a lot.
Yep. Mike D.
You know, it was weird because I think I actually ranked this lower than I should have. But when I saw the picture of it, like, wow, that's pretty cool. But then when I actually went to the site and saw the album covers on their own, it just didn't look right. I'm like, it looks like it's not done right. So I didn't know it was a hologram. Like,
that's what it was. Yeah, the effect. You couldn't tell the effect. Yeah.
Right. So it didn't really look right to me. So I kind of ranked it a little lower than I probably should have.
How about you, Greg?
I ranked that number 8. That's a badass album cover.
Yeah,
it's perfect for what the title of it was. You know, it definitely tied into like that Todd McFarlane was his name that did like the Spawn.
Yes,
and the figures.
Yep.
Yeah, Todd McFarlane. It definitely had that style to it, which was totally badass for its time. I still think it holds up, and the fact that it was a holographic album cover with the clown and whatnot. That it's just a really cool album cover. Yeah, I like it a lot.
I love it. I think it's a great album cover. Even though it don't have the hologram on it, I love the vinyl. Seeing it big is just awesome, you know. So I bought it on vinyl a couple months ago. What's that, Alan?
I have
the actual vinyl or the album cover.
The album cover of the vinyl, the dust leaf. Awesome. It just looks great, man. It looks really, 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 really good. Okay, guys, moving on to number 9, Dynasty. What you got, Damo?
I had this ranked as my number 2. I always loved this album cover. You know, just the 4 iconic faces the color scheme with 4 of them was pretty cool, all as one with nothing else in the background. That's it.
Got it, man.
Same thing, man. Sometimes simple is the best. It's cool like that. It's the first time they've ever usually used their faces without being cartoon image or distorted or anything. Just no frills, just here.
Right.
Yep. How about you, Greg?
I ranked at number 10. I what you guys said, sometimes less is more. And I like, to me, that was like the peak of at least makeup design for the band. Because obviously they always alter it throughout the years, especially Gene. He got very lazy with the bottom parts of his makeup.
Yeah.
I just loved it. I loved the makeup. Less is more. And it had a good effect. It didn't seem lazy, but it's still very basic. You got what you get.
Yep. How about you, Mike?
I was kind of on the spot ranking these, and I don't know. It was hard for me to really, the significance of when they come out and the different looks and stuff like that. But it's like you see so many covers where it's just their faces like in that position or whatever. It's like kind of like, to me, I was like, all right, it's a little.
Yeah, I mean,
on the boring side.
I thought it was pretty iconic. I love the album cover. I love the poster inside. The poster was great.
With the straight jackets.
No, it came with. It was just like it was like a bigger. It was the 4 faces. They were kind of like not sitting, but like up here shots kind of deal.
Right.
But the straight jacket album cover would have been interesting also.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I guess they had the variants, because I've known people that got into the original album with that poster as a poster.
Oh wow! No, I never had that one.
Because I have that. I have it somewhere. I still have to hang it up, but I was given it to a good friend of mine that's been a fan since '76, and he said, "Yeah, when I bought this album cover, or I bought this album when it came out, this was the poster."
That's crazy.
The original poster, yeah.
Yeah, I love that album cover. Okay, moving on to number 8, Kiss, the first record. What do you got, Demo?
I think I had this one pretty high too. I had it at 6, so not that much higher, but yeah, it was cool. It was like their Meet the Beatles album cover. Something that always bothered me was Peter's makeup.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
I know they brought somebody in to do his makeup,
It's
which
awful.
is weird. I don't know why they do that. I would actually like to hear that in the history documentary. Would have been cool if they mentioned that for like 30 seconds or something. But other than that, I thought it was cool. Just the faces for first introduction, seeing the band.
Yeah. How about you, Ahmed?
I thought it was a perfect first album cover. You always want to meet the band or whatever. It was cool. But same thing like Dame said, I didn't really feel Peter's makeup or Ace's hair.
Yeah, the silver.
The
Yeah, it was weird too.
Yeah. How about you, Mike D?
Yeah, I ranked this. I think I had it number 5. I mean, I guess if you're going to rank, I mean, it was kind of an iconic record cover if you think about it.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Like, that's the selling point, in my opinion, but didn't really sell.
Right. No, not at first. No. Greg?
I ranked that lower. I ranked this number 12. It does serve the purpose, the whole meet the Beatles type thing, basic, this is Kiss, this is what we look like. But yeah, what makes it lower for me is that, the makeup of Peter. I don't like the makeup of Gene's either. He never did that makeup style again. Like that he only did that once for that photo. It was always, the rest was pretty much every other time. I don't know. It just looked, of course it was raw. I think it was supposed to be because it's their first album. The silver and Ace's hair, and was it Gene that was wearing that silver scarf or something like that or whatever? Like that looks stupid. And like, why would Gene wear that? Like he's trying to look all scary.
Give it
I'm
to Paul.
sorry.
Yeah,
exactly. Or Ace. He's the guy spraying his hair silver for crying out loud, looking like Lady Lovely locks. I just think all that to me just really takes away from the purpose, like how even though it is an iconic photo, it's not the worst, but to me, it's far from the best. I do love the rhinestone logo though.
Yeah,
I do love
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, the first Kiss record, it's still my favorite out of all of them. Like even the record itself, it's still my favorite. I just love it. I love everything about it. So it was definitely like probably 4 or 5 for me. It was ranked high. Okay, guys, moving on to the next one. Number 7, Hotter Than Hell.
This one just for me was always like their scariest looking album cover. I think and the Japanese lettering just kind of added to like the eeriness, the creepiness. Gene looks evil as fuck, man, and they look like the band that like on the first album cover they all looked weird.
Yeah.
Like the makeups like what we just talked about, but this one they look like the Kiss that we know, and Paul's all hammered. He's hanging on to Peter. Ace looks all like, high. And then the back album cover, all the crazy shit. It was just everything about the color scheme. It was just a really like cool, involved album cover.
Yep. Ahmed?
Yeah, I thought it was cool. Different, but really cool. I thought that Paul was trying to grab Peter's butt.
Yeah.
He probably was. He was drunk.
Yeah, cool. Everything he said about the back album cover, but their outfits were a little different on the back. Like Peter was a weird looking robe, and Ace had that silver dress on.
Yeah, weird. Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah.
It was definitely weird.
Funny that he says that whole thing about Paul making out with that chick, because that's one of the first things I noticed as a kid too. I'm like, look, he's trying to get some. That's crazy.
Yeah, it was wild. Mike D.
Yeah, I always like this one. I guess because I own it too. I have it on vinyl somewhere. Don't know where, but I always like this one.
Greg?
I'm gonna rain on y'all parades. I honestly, the story of the photo shoot for the album cover to me is so much more interesting than the album cover itself.
Yeah.
Honestly, I just think it's sloppy. I never liked it. Even when I was a kid, I never liked it. I thought I guess because it was definitely darker. It was the whole album's bad quality in sound wise.
Yeah,
like
it's muddy.
Even say it themselves, it was very muddy. Which I love the album. Don't get me wrong.
I wish they would remaster that record.
Mm-hmm.
Me too.
I always thought it was an import.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, exactly. It was very rushed. It just looked like that they just took a bunch of like the developed photos, clipped them out on a white piece of paper, and just decided to find
Old school.
other little stuff and just taped it with a glue stick and just put it on there. I'm just like, and the picture itself is shit quality. Like like you could have had like the pictures. Every other picture was fine, but no, you had to do that one. Okay, so it's not my favorite. Definitely far from my favorite.
I think I like this one a lot because it looks like a crazy import. It just looks nuts. It looks. If you look at all the records, you look at that one, you go, which one's that? What the hell's that going on there? It looks the craziest looking one. So I always kind of liked it because it was crazy. It just looked wild. Okay, moving on.
1974 though. It's not bad
right. It was 7. You got to keep in mind when it came out. Exactly.
Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah, that's true.
Good point. Technology today, if they did that album cover today, probably look amazing if they redid it. Okay, moving on to the next one. Number 6, Dress to Kill, Demo.
This was my number 1. It's probably one of my favorite images of them all time. It's my favorite album cover. I just love everything about it. Just again, it's a little creepy, I think. Seeing them, with the makeup and then wearing these like suits is just fucking weird. I mean, the title fit the image. Not like Hot in the Shade where you got a sphinx with glasses. Stupid, but I just love all those, all those images from that session. Is just really cool.
Ahmed?
Yeah, I thought it was cool. Clever is the first thing that comes to mind when I think about the album cover. I thought it was cool. But one of the things always gets to me is Gene in those clogs and how short the suit is on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought it was cool.
Yeah, yeah. You look at that picture, when you were a kid, you didn't notice it. And you look at it now, you're like, wow, man, they really were like, high waters or whatever you want to call them.
Mm-hmm.
They had to borrow the suits from Bill Coin.
That's so crazy, man. Mike D, Dress to Kill.
Yeah. I don't know. Cool title. I guess the picture fits the title of it, but I don't know. Just
It don't stick out for you.
nah.
Greg?
Like,
yeah, Mike, what you say?
Nah, that's it. Nah.
Greg?
I ranked it number 7. It's fantastic. Like I love the tongue-in-cheek irony of it. Like these demonic space alien from that with the face paint with the 2 sizes too small suits.
But yeah,
and the fact that they did it in public. Like that was on a public street. So imagine the reality of the people passing by, like, what the hell? Like, I think it's fantastic.
Like, couldn't they have rented some tuxes or something like that?
They didn't have any money back then.
They didn't have the money. Those were all borrowed from Bill Coin.
They were making the money.
They had to borrow it. Mm-hmm. I love it.
I think the album cover's cool. I'm okay with it. I like the whole Clark Kent kind of idea that I think they have with the album cover.
Yeah.
Like you look at some of those photo shoots, you see something with the phone booth, or
Yeah.
Gave her some
That was
cool
the
things.
idea. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely
Okay.
it worked.
Yeah, it worked. Moving on to the next one, number 5, Unmasked. What you got, Demo?
Yeah, it's another one of my favorites. I kind of felt gypped when I got it. This is the first one when I was a kid. I bought the cassette because I wanted to see what they look like on the inside. And then you open it up and the inside was blank. But I like the whole cartoon. You're reading everything, and then at the end they take their masks off, but it's their faces, makeup faces still underneath. And the guy says, they still stink.
It's weird. It's weird.
Yeah, I still think they stink. Yeah.
Ahmed?
One of my favorite album covers. I think that's cool too. The same thing. What I didn't know that I just found out recently, that there's a little kind of like Where's Waldo thing with that cover, where there's all these little hidden meanings behind everything.
Really?
I can't remember any of the things, but there's an X over Peter's head.
Yeah.
That he's done, or he's out of the band.
And the wink.
Paul holding the 3 fingers up with the mask, meaning there was only 3. There's little things like little in that,
like Sergeant Pepper kind of shit going on.
Exactly. I was just about to say that. It's the Sergeant Pepper.
I never knew that. I got to look into that. I never knew that, Ahmed.
Peter was winking. He was winking.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not really on this.
Yeah.
Wow. No, I didn't know any of that. That's pretty cool. I got to look into that. I remember the poster. Same thing that came with the big poster with them with the. I remember Gene had holding thing with his finger through the thing instead of his tongue. Yeah. I remember that poster. I hung up on my wall forever at one point.
Also, if you look at it, another thing you can attribute to the Where's Waldo thing, their little live shot artwork, which is pretty much the shirt I'm wearing. Eric Carr's blacked out.
Yeah.
It's completely blacked out, which I guess this is why which I guess explains why he's blacked out on this. Maybe it's a recreation of that.
Yeah.
I guess I just answered my disappointment.
Your own thing. Mike D,
I'm thinking now.
Yeah, I really like this cover. It's shame they didn't, drag the joke onto the inside where you think they're going to show you them without the makeup, and then, haha, you're fooled.
Yeah,
they did it on the front of it, but no, I like this album cover a lot.
Greg?
I rank it at number 4. I love the whole comic strip and the stories of it and the Where's Waldo stuff. I also just love that whole era. It's definitely their power pop album, but it's so good. Such great songs. The outfits were awesome, and I think it's fantastic. I think the reason why they called it Unmasked was to sell more albums. I think that's why. I think they probably would have sold more albums if they didn't put them on the bottom with the masks on it. If people just thought, if they would have bought it, they would see in the gatefold.
Well, and then they also opened up with a song, Is That You?
Yeah.
So if you're a kid, you see the title Unmasked, you see a song called "Is That You?" You're gonna buy it because you think maybe there's a photo of them on the inside or something.
Yeah. I like the album cover. It's good.
Yeah. What a great opening title too. Like, especially when you buy it on vinyl or cassette, because you always have to hear it a little bit before it starts. You just have that little slight hum, and all of a sudden, ow! Like it always used to scare me when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm. I tell you what, until about maybe 15 years ago, I didn't know that was a cover song.
Is it a cover song?
It's a cover.
Yep.
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah. I just found out about 15 years ago. Yeah.
Was there some Australian band or something?
I don't know who did it first. It wasn't bad, but the kids version was awesome.
Yeah.
Kids version was awesome.
It wasn't anybody really known.
No, it wasn't. I don't think it was definitely not a big name in the States. Yeah. Definitely not. The Unmasked cover, I thought was really good. It's a shame. Do you think they think now that maybe Lick It Up should have been unmasked? Did we use Unmasked too soon? Know?
Oh, yeah.
They would have probably did that,
Unmasked too.
Unmasked. Actually unmasked.
Moving on to number 4, Destroyer. What you got, Demo?
Cool album cover. Reminded me of like an old Marvel comic book cover or something, with them, for the first time you see them as being like, superheroes in a way, but just Destroyer, you see Kiss like with a bunch of, rubble behind them, kind of destroying, they came through your towns, it's in ruins, it's pretty cool.
Ahmed?
One of my favorites. This is the one me and my friends would always try and like clone. We're like, let's do the Destroyer album cover. They're like Peter's riding a motorcycle.
It was awesome.
But yeah, I love that. Same thing like what Damon said. Looks like a comic book album cover. One of my favorites. Probably the image I have of them the most is that cover.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A few times. I got the album on vinyl like 3 or 4 times.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. Mike D, Destroyer.
Yeah, another one. I think I ranked this number 2.
Yeah.
So I actually have this on vinyl too somewhere. So this was always like one that's kind of stuck in my head.
Greg?
I ranked this number 3. It's fantastic. It pretty much there's nothing else I can say that's already been said. I have to say though, you notice how Ace looks like he's about to fall over?
Yeah.
You think there's a reason for that? Because he's like, it looks like he's tripping on like those rocks. Like he looks like he's like, oh God, why me? Like,
yeah.
Well, then he even said that in the documentary that he's not too nimble on his feet or something like that.
Oh, he's not. He's always stumbling.
Yeah, man. Destroyer, incredible album cover. I ranked it 3 also. I love that album cover. The only thing that's weird with me is that it is weird how, like you said, their stance is kind of it's just the weirdest fucking stance,
Couldn't recreate that in reality. That's an obstacle.
But it's a great album cover. It really is. Okay, moving on to number 3, Creatures of the Night. What you got, Demo?
Yeah, it's the colors I like, the color scheme with the dark blue, kind of them hidden at night, their eyes, the glowing eyes and everything, and they're all kind of like looking kind of like motionless, serious, if I was a fan back then and knowing what they were going through the past 3 records being, what they were, I would pick this up and think that they're back and they're, they mean business this time, just from that album cover.
Ahmed?
Simple and badass. Chilling in the dark with glowing eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Money. It's total money. Yeah. Yeah. Mike D.
So those eyes actually glowed in the dark when you bought it?
No.
No.
We could say for
missed opportunity.
Sure.
Missed opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty badass because those eyes just kind of like stare right through you,
They pop. Yeah.
Yeah.
They pop. Greg?
That is my absolute favorite Kiss album Kiss album cover of all time. There's a reason why it's the biggest here.
There you go.
I love the album cover, the blue. It fit with the whole tone and mood of the album itself. So it was definitely in sync with what they were doing. The eyes and I love it. I just love it. And I also love the back album art, like the lightning and the clouds and whatnot. Like it's perfect to me. Like that to me, it represents Kiss at that time, that they mean business is what they're about.
Yep. I agree. Creatures of the Night, incredible album cover. The color scheme was awesome. The glowing eyes. Great album cover. What's funny is when they reissued it and they had just like the regular picture. Remember when they reissued it? That was
so dumb.
Yeah, that was
what were you
stupid.
thinking? So dumb.
I don't know what the reasoning was, but and then in the back you have somebody's ass. You don't know whose ass. It could be Gene. It could be Paul's. It could be a chick's. You don't know whose ass it is.
I felt ripped off with that. I actually thought that they redid the album with Bruce in it.
Yeah, me too.
Well, it was remixed, wasn't it?
It was something. They did something.
Yeah, I think it was remixed the same way that they remixed everything for Smashes, Thrashes, and Hits. They completely took all the balls out of everything.
Yeah. And the order of songs is different.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. There was no extra song on there, right? It was the same.
I think it was just to capitalize on the success of Animalize.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because you could tell that they definitely had an affinity to that album. So I guess they just wanted to see it succeed better.
Yeah,
I guess that was their attempt of that. That can only be the explanation I can come up with.
But the original album cover was incredible. I mean,
the whole album's perfect.
All right, guys, moving on to number 2, Love Gun. What you got, Demo?
Yeah, it's like I liked it better than Destroyer. Album cover wise, done by the same artist, Ken Kelly. You know, same thing, like another Marvel comic book cover, but just them just kind of like standing there like, you know, kings of the world, and you know, you got all these women with the white makeup on,
girls.
Just kind of like, you know, mesmerized by them. It's just badass, you know.
Hello, honey, we're home.
Oh, I've been counting the hours.
I had the back patch. I bought this. My grandmother bought it for me when I was like 9 or 10. Didn't even really know a Kiss song, but I saw the album. I saw the back patch. I was like, yeah, I this looks cool. I want to get it.
Ahmed.
One of my favorites, I think it's just number 2 for me, is Love Gun outfits are my favorite. So
that
right there just says it all. I love the Love Gun outfits. Destroyer outfits being number 2, but
Love Gun. Yep.
I don't know. I heard on 3 Sides of a Coin that the way the songs are listed, that it's supposed to make a penis or something.
There's a joke about that. Yeah, they don't know how true it is, but they said it's like a joke.
What is it?
It looks like a dick. The way
like the length of the song titles.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
I gotta look at the back again. I did hear that though.
Huh.
It would make sense, right?
So it's not just a clever name.
Right. Right. Mike D.
Yeah, and I really like this one. I own this one. Great album.
Greg?
I think I should have switched Love Gun with Destroyer. I put Love Gun number 6 and Destroyer number 3, but my opinion's always changing with Kiss. That's why I can never give you a favorite Kiss album. It's always different. So I always say, you know, ask me again tomorrow, it'll be a different answer. So just now I changed. I love that album cover. It's perfect. It's like, you know, I have somewhere in a box somewhere, just because I ran out of room, I have the 3D like figurine set of the entire album cover with the Love Gun girls on the stairs and everything like that.
Yeah.
They're all figurines.
I think I remember that.
Yeah.
Was that like was that a McFarlane?
No, I think it was sold in Spencer's or something like that. I think that's where I got it. It's really cool though. It's very cool. But yeah, it's such an awesome album cover. I love the colors in it. It looks like that they're like in your own kingdom. Hell, it's so good. Even Guar ripped it off for one of their album covers, you know?
Yeah, it's a great album cover. It's one of my favorites. I even love the color of the pillars, where it's like that green marble with
green.
The white.
Yeah,
it just looks awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So they're the ones that are behind the curtain of Oz.
yeah. I love the whole scheme. And it's not even just the picture of them with it. It's just the background. It looks like that moonish yellow in the background.
Yeah.
it just pops. It just stands out. It's
Temple of Kiss.
and with the girl, it's just such a great album cover. Before we move on to number 1, I didn't put them on the list, or didn't ask you guys to rank this, but the solo album covers are unbelievable. That's why I was like, we can't even put them on the list. We had to keep them as one.
They're iconic.
Iconic. I think I love the solo album covers. What do you think, Dave?
Oh yeah, it looks. The artwork is so good, man. It almost looks like it's real. You know? I mean, it's just like it. I mean, it's like a beautiful piece of art. It really is. Rarely well
Who
done.
did the album art? Who did that?
Enrico Corcione or something like that.
That's it. Yep.
They should have hired him again, dude. Like, what the hell? Like, maybe it was too expensive. Who knows?
Unbelievable.
He had to have been for that artwork.
Mm-hmm.
Unbelievable. Ahmed, what'd you think on this solo record?
I love the solo album covers. It's funny that if you look at the inside of Double Platinum, they're the same pictures.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
They are.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And Double Platinum, do you guys remember if you have the vinyl, you were able to open it up and they had that little trick people used to do back in the day where you would put a piece of paper and just sketch it.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell it was called, but I remember getting the thing and just sketching over it and it would draw the picture on the thing.
Yeah, it's embossed on the
Yeah, embossed. Yeah.
You don't see that shit that much anymore, right?
Yeah.
Nah,
Is
Kiss
it
used to always be very creative.
Ahmed?
I was just gonna say it's fun to be a Kiss fan.
Absolutely. You got some toys, you got posters. I miss all that shit.
Yeah.
It was fun. It's like, Cracker Jack box. You never know what you were to get inside.
Yeah, you're always getting something.
Love gun, bang with the little cardboard gun.
Yeah.
My copy, when I bought it, I think I bought it for $1. And dude, it was in pristine condition. The love gun was still inside, unpunched.
Wow.
Oh wow.
That's pretty cool. You got to see if you can find that.
I know.
You probably got it hidden somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Mike D, solo album covers.
I mean, I would definitely, if we could put them in there, I would have had the rank at number 1. It's just,
they're beautiful.
and the posters inside that went with them.
Yeah,
The mural that you all put together.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Mike, you said that your mother draws a little bit. She drew them, right?
She painted it. She kind of took I guess from around the body up part and just kind of put them together on a canvas.
That's dope.
Wow.
That's
We got to get a
awesome.
picture of that.
I got to see if I can
love
get
to
you
see
a
that.
picture of that. Yeah.
Yeah, if you get me a picture of that, we'll try and put it up.
Mhm.
That'll be pretty cool. Greg, what you think of solo album covers?
They're perfect.
Yeah.
There's they're so real looking. It looks like an actual picture that was taken. It also, if I could be wrong, but it definitely solidified how each member has their own signature color.
Great. I think that was genius.
It's
the auras.
perfect. Yeah, the auras and everything. Yeah, they're all beautiful. I love it. There's a reason why they're everywhere. Those pictures.
Yeah, I agree. Great. It's just the greatest. It's just awesome, man. Moving on to number 1, Rock and Roll Over. What you got, Demo?
Yeah, it's not one of my favorites, so although I do like it. There's a lot of cool stuff going on. It's very detailed. It's another one. It's an iconic image. I was somewhere today at work at a brewery. We were doing a photo shoot, and they had it hanging up. The Kiss album cover, but they had the owners' faces in there. So it's and I've seen people do. Anthrax did it. I've seen a lot of bands do that. So it's definitely one of the great album covers.
Ahmed?
My favorite one.
Yeah.
I would love to have that as a rug. That would be fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Dude, it's got to be out there somewhere.
I'm sure it is.
That'll tie the room together.
It'll tie the room together. Yeah, exactly.
I like how they animated it later on.
Yeah, I did see one like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's so good, man. It really is. Mike D?
Yeah, this is I would hang this up if I had it on vinyl. I'd probably frame it or something like that. It would just be pretty badass to hang up.
Yeah. Yep. Greg?
I ranked it number 2. It's so creative. Also, I think it definitely establishes the lore of the characters, because each portion of their part of the circle is their characters. and also I love the buzzsaw of the labeling, and there's nothing more I can say about it that hasn't been said. It's so iconic and creative, but I don't know if it's ever been done before, and if not, I really think I should write a letter to Gene, because how awesome would it be? Because you can put pictures on records now. How awesome would it be if they put that image on the Rock and Roll Over vinyl itself?
Mm-hmm.
That'd be a cool thing.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome.
Yeah, while it's spinning.
Yeah.
That'd
be cool.
I had to write a letter.
Rock and Roll Over. What an amazing album cover. It's got the cartoony thing in, but also like Greg said, it had all the stuff that what the guy was about was kind of like a little something about him in that little portion. The colors pop. It just, if it's in your collection, it just pops. It's got that yellow orangey kind of color. And then, you ever hear the story with the teardrop ones where Paul's got like this blue, Paul's got a blue teardrop coming down from his eye. It's like some kind of collector's item, and there's a few out there. It was just a misprint, so it wasn't like it was like the ink, bled over or something like that. But
okay,
yeah, man. So yeah, you got to check that out. But listen, being a Kiss fan's always been great. Their fans are so creative. You can just, and we'll buy anything almost, if we haven't already. You put the logo on there with the face paint or whatever, and it's sold.